My name is Lauren Neese, and by the end of my speech, the audience will know that federal government should legalize the prescription and use of medical marijuana by changing common misconceptions of marijuana. Jaden David is a 6-year-old boy who used to suffer from extreme, frequent, and severe seizures due to a rare form of epilepsy. Because he and his father live in the state of California, when all other forms of medication failed them, Jaden's suffering was able to be treated with medical marijuana. Within days, he had gone from not being able to eat solid foods, bathe, or walk to running, playing, and talking. What if all patients in America could be treated efficiently and effectively, just like Jaden? Marijuana is a single drug that can solve much suffering over a broad spectrum of medical issues and can help patients as an alternative treatment. Marijuana has many medical benefits with minimal side effects and should be legalized by the federal government for all American citizens to use as a medical treatment. Today we will discuss, first, all patients need to be provided with the best treatment options for their conditions, including alternative treatments such as medical marijuana. Second, medical marijuana is more effective treatment than all other conventional treatments. Third, the common misconception of marijuana and why they're untrue. Much of the information I'm going to share with you today came from my personal experience with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and my aunt's fight with cancer. There is a need for alternative treatment for those who do not respond to conventional medication, and yet they are not only unavailable but illegal to possess. All patients need to be provided with the best treatment options for their condition, including alternative treatments such as medical marijuana. Criminalizing cannabis prevents patients from finding visible treatment options and violates a right of health and safety. All men have certain unalienable rights such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which are not fulfilled by the federal government if they are refused treatment, which can improve their quality of life or even save the patient's life. Patients can resort to the purchase of black market cannabis, which puts them at risk legally and physically. Cannabis can be proven to be beneficial medically in many circumstances and yet forbidden to those who need it. Medical marijuana is more effective treatment than any other conventional treatment. Medical marijuana treats a number of different diseases. Cannabis can help treat symptoms related to AIDS, MS, glaucoma, epilepsy, and cancer. Post-traumatic stress disorder, aka PTSD, is an anxiety disorder that may be developed after exposure to a terrifying event in which significant physical or emotional harm occurred. Individuals that suffer from PTSD may have persistent, frightening thoughts or memories, experience sleep problems, feel detached or numb, or be easily distracted. As opposed to prescription drugs, which have high overdose rates. In 2010, it was responsible for approximately 23,000 deaths. Marijuana has had no reported overdoses. The common misconception of marijuana and why they're untrue. Marijuana is highly physically addictive. According to Psychology Today, marijuana is not physically addictive, unlike other drugs such as heroin, crack, or meth. Those drugs have severe physical withdrawal symptoms such as shakes, heavy sweating, and are very uncontrollable. However, marijuana is a mental addiction, leading to symptoms such as cravings and the feeling of missing it. This has been related to having addictions to TV shows or any food. Mental addictions are not hard to get over, as long as you have the willpower exist. Personally speaking, I was on a lot of medication for anxiety, depression, and PTSD. I couldn't remember to take my pills, and I would have angry outbursts. I was advised to start smoking a small amount of marijuana. At first, I was against it. I was worried I would be getting in trouble. Finally, I tried marijuana and stopped having angry outbursts at everyone. I also could stop at any time. I was in control of my life. My nightmares started to become tolerable, and I was able to sleep. So I can testify to the statement that marijuana is not addictive and can be helpful. Marijuana is harmful. There are no toxins in marijuana. THC is the main chemical responsible for the high in marijuana and is not toxic. But what could happen if medical marijuana was made available for widespread use? In conclusion, there are minimal risks associated with the use of medical marijuana, especially with the availability of alternative forms to be administered. It can be easily regulated to reduce possible abuse, and its massive amounts of advantages would outweigh any negative stereotype connected with its use. Those whose circumstances could improve from the use of medical marijuana should be allowed to choose this alternative treatment if needed. Otherwise, they are left helpless in their condition. Therefore, prescribing cannabis should be legalized for the general welfare of American people. First, all patients need to be provided with the best treatment option for the condition, including alternative treatments such as medical marijuana. Second, medical marijuana is a more effective treatment than all other conventional treatments. Third, the common misconception in marijuana on why they're untrue. And finally, cannabis is the single most versatile herbal remedy and the most useful plant on earth. No other single plant contains a wide range of medical active herbal contents. Dr. Ethan Russo. They say marijuana is the gateway drug. To what? The fridge? Thank you.